Hello, welcome to the channel. I've been meaning to, a long time YouTube viewer and lurker, but first time posting really. I'm Jack. I'm someone that chops and changes not only bikes but definitely parts very regularly. I ride quite a lot. I ride fairly aggressively. I'm not a pro by any means, but I think I have a decent understanding of what's what and what I want from a bike. So yeah, I thought I've had this Amflow for some time. Amazing bit of kit, but one of the things that really does bug me about it and many e-bikes is the rattle of the motor descending, or even on sort of uneven ground you get quite a lot of rattle. So had a look at the Ethirteen Sidekick hub. I would imagine if you're watching this video you've probably searched it up, you know what you're looking at. But this is my first ride impressions of the hub. I've actually gone for the wheel set, and there it is in there. So forgive my probably waffle and poor filming, poor editing, poor everything, but you know, hopefully I'll get better over time. I've got a lot of products I can already talk about that I've found really work for me, for my riding and for the Amflow. So yeah, first ride impressions of the Ethirteen Sidekick. It definitely does what it says on the tin. I've got it in the 18-degree setting. It takes out a lot of pedal feedback. You can feel the rear shock, the linkage moving freer. It's not the best conditions today, as you can probably tell for a test, but yeah, it's massive improvement to the feedback through the pedals. It's not 100% gone by any means. Like they say, it eliminates pedal kickback. It doesn't eliminate kickback, but it makes a big difference. And I personally got it in the Black Friday sale. Got the aluminium Flux wheel set, Sidekick front and rear, for very cheap. I think I paid 420 quid, and they've now gone up a lot, but I can't knock that. I've had some creaking through the ride coming from the hub or the spokes perhaps. These are hand built allegedly. I think could do with a little bit more tension on the disc side. Whether they were built with lube on the nipples or not, I don't know. Lube on the nipples. I'll insert a clip of the creak I was experiencing. Strangely disappeared as the ride's gone on. So whether that was just the grease moving into the pool beds, I don't know. I'll give the bike a good clean down and have a look anyway in there. Have a look in the hub. The free hub is incredibly serviceable on these. It's just hand threaded on the end of the axle, and you just pull it out. So yeah, I'll have a look in there. I've got the hub in the 18-degree setting. That is how it came in the box. It's also the most movement, which I thought, what, you know, I'm not really interested in trying less movement. The more the merrier, I would say, for this application. So yeah, I tend to ride sort of trail-y, like enduro-y tracks, quite a bit downhilly, steep stuff and techie stuff. So a lot of feedback through the pedals is, yeah, it essentially creates a lot of motor rattle. This hub has definitely improved the motor rattle. So for those of you that do struggle with that, I would consider it. Is it worth the full RRP? I don't know. I'd have to give it more time. But yeah, definite improvement over a regular hub for sure. Front wheel. I mean, you know, they're by the by. I think they're 28 holes, so they're compliant. Got a little bit of flex in them, although I was running the NV M9 Pros, which are about as fancy a rim as you can get, and they felt incredible. Yes, so I'll keep it fairly short for this one. Also worth noting, it's my first ride on the Continental Argotals, or Argotals, however you want to say it. Really impressed with these. Had a chat with Win TV about what to run, as I ride the Southern Chalk, same as him. Yeah, and I've ridden the Conti Crypto Tails for a number of years now, and they're an incredible tire, but they certainly lack a little when it comes to this time of year. So yeah, Argotals in the super soft downhill casing, front and rear, incredible. Really good. Not so good on the hard pack, but the way they shed the dirt, super soft. Yeah, amazing. So few changes on the bike today, so yeah, really impressed. Yeah, so back home, all clean, and in my absolute tip of a shed, which I assure you is not where I would store a bike. But yeah, apologies, it's not Rob Rides, it's not any other nicer more high budget channels out there with even a bit of lighting would help, I know. But yeah, I thought I'd watch back what I'd recorded, and I've had a think on the drive home, and there's a few more things to sort of mention as well. So yeah, thought I'd make a cup of tea, get the bike clean, and go over a couple of bits. So I think the first thing to jump into is the creak. Now, I'm not certain until I next get out on a ride, but I've just adjusted the micro shift on the SRAM. It was making a slight bit of contact. That may well have been my creak. It's running a lot smoother now. Stupid, really. Didn't think to adjust it. Obviously, different wheels have you know, tiny minute differences in tolerances, so the cassette is probably just in a slightly different place to where it once was. So I've moved that over a couple of points. Probably a good time to look at the sound of the hub as well. So these are really quiet. I'm only running the grease that came in it as standard. They do provide additional grease. I spoke to Joe from Ethirteen on the way home, and he said, no, you don't need that. That's for when you're servicing. So I've not done anything wrong in that sense. It's just as it comes. So yeah, give it a little spin. I'm not going to go crazy. It's a nice noise, but it's very quiet. It's quite similar to like an older Chris King ISO. But yeah, it's really quiet. And you if you're buying this hub, it's not, you know, you're not after a loud hub. I've had i9s and such. Yeah, so yeah, much quieter hub, and generally provides a quieter ride feel. I mean, what you experience riding the bike now is a lot of just trail noise, just tire noise, which is what I look for. I really do want as quiet a bike as possible. Maybe I'm getting old. It's also worth noting something else I didn't mention when I was out earlier. I'm running Mullet. I've got the GR rear rim, so that's the downhill sort of gravity orientated rim, I believe. And then I've got the EN Enduro front, so a little bit more compliant, slightly lighter. Yeah, both 30mm internal, I believe. Can't remember the spoke count. I think they might both be 28 spoke. And they've got a really nice rim shape to them, so let's have a quick look at that. So here you go. Yeah, they've got apologies again for the lighting, but they've got a really cool sort of like wide look with a nice concave in them. Really good look for an alloy rim, actually. I've just come from the NVM9, so quite a downgrade if you look at it price wise, but yeah, something else definitely worth noting is we're one ride in, we're 20 miles in, and barely any sort of jumps or big drops as such in that ride, and the rear rim has already sort of gone slightly out of true. We're talking a mil, but from one ride. That's not great. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that, probably tree that up a little bit. Yeah, so that's the only other thing really to mention. I'll take the wheel out now, show you the internals, and yeah, and I think that'll about wrap this up. So yeah, there you have it. I mean, it's a complex design in terms of what they've achieved, but in terms of usability, it's really simple. I've just taken this out literally by hand, no tools. So you just unscrew the end cap, give a bit of pressure on the drive side, and yeah, here's your adjustment ring. So you can pull this out. The arrows align, so you can see I've got it on 18. You literally just pull it out, spin it, and you can drop it to, you know, 12 or 15. So if we go 12, you'll see there not as much play. So yeah, like I said earlier, I'm not really interested in anything but the most. So yeah, and then that one pull there engages, and in turn it will engage the other pulls. So yeah, really clever design. Just 3 pulls, so time will tell on durability. I'm riding British winter slop on a stupidly powerful e-bike, so if the Amflow breaks it, the Amflow breaks it. But I'm also not a light rider by any means. So yeah, and here's the internals of the hub as well. So completely different design to most hubs out there on the market. I'm not particularly looking forward to like a bearing service. I think, although that is a huge bearing, so it should last well, but we will see. I think you need to buy some specific Ethirteen tools for the bearing service. So yeah, that will be interesting when that comes, but hopefully not soon. So final sort of talking point then is the wheel set I'm running is claimed to be about 2.1 kilo. Quite happy with that for an alloy wheel set with a Burley hub doing this. So, you know, I'm not running the weight of an O-chain, which isn't actually a possibility on my bike. There isn't an option. So yeah, it's just a first ride impression here, guys. So what I'll do is, if you like the channel, this is new to me, I'd appreciate any likes and subscribes. Didn't think I'd be saying that at any point. And yeah, follow the channel, and I'll post up a more in-depth review soon. I think I might buy an action cam or borrow one, and get some actual ride footage as well, and do some more in-depth stuff about the tire choice. I'm running some quite interesting parts. I've got the EXT shock, the Zebs at 170, you know, plenty to talk about, and other bikes as well. So let's yeah, see where it goes. Thanks.